Around the Northwest for a Monday afternoon. Now, the launch of GRADAIM, the new Irish Business Awards scheme from Glór nGael, is later this month, and the awards give businesses the opportunity to increase their use of Irish. The Irish Language Development Officer with Líonra, Leitir Ceanainn, joins us on the line now, and we're live streaming as well. Bairbre Uí Chathail, good afternoon and Happy New Year to you, Bairbre.
Thank you very much, John. Same to you. Aflíonn Fui Washadich.
Now, let's talk about these new awards, or this awards scheme. How exactly, to the average business who maybe would like to improve their Irish a little bit anyhow, how can they avail of this, or what's involved?
Okay, so this is an award scheme that is really about developing the capacity of businesses in terms of using Irish. So they're not in competition with other businesses. It's simply challenges that they set themselves, and they can achieve a bronze, a silver, or a gold award across 3 different categories. So one of those is their signage. Another one is their marketing and branding. And the third is their customer service. So they could decide in the first year that they'll go for a bronze award in just one category, or they might decide to take on 2 or 3 categories. And over a period of time, they can build up from bronze to silver to gold. So it really is about building step by step, and there's support there to help them do it.
And is there different criteria in each category and for each of the awards?
How it works is that there is an outline. I'll be going round so in the next week or so with a handbook for any of the businesses that are interested. I can also email them that handbook, but it outlines, say, in terms of signage, what is required. And if, say, there are 20 points there that you could cover, if you've got 35% of those covered, you can get a bronze award. If you've got 55% of them, you can get the silver award. And if you've got 80% or more, you can get the gold award. So it's working on the same aims over a period of time, but the more that you fulfill, the higher the award that you can get. So you're not, even if you move from a bronze award to a silver award, you're not just starting again with another whole project. You're simply building on what you've already done.
Okay. Is the aim here to remind us all, not just businesses, that this is our national language and we need to work with it and work at it, in order to ensure that it survives?
It's very much about that. I mean, as they say, Baha Changa ia lorch, the life of a language is to speak it. And research done by Forrest nGael found that people had great kind of positive energy for the idea of using more Irish and wanted to see more Irish in businesses. And so people get a buzz out of the fact that there is Irish around, and it encourages them. And for many people, they're more inclined to go to somewhere where they can see Irish or they can use Irish. So it's very much part of our plan as a Gaeltacht service town to increase the amount of Irish that is visible, that is heard, to increase the number of places that you could go in and know that you can do your business through Irish, or at least that somebody will greet you in Irish. I mean, the fact that Legal Day, the butcher, is putting up signage, which is going to be bilingual outside the shop, is really good. The fact that you could go into Sanjay in Bliss there in the boutique there in the main street, and Sanjay can speak to you in Irish. These are the things. If you go into Holgreen, the signage there in the front of the cafe, is in Irish, and people like that. And so it's to build on that positivity, really to do that and to help people to see that Irish is very much a living everyday language.
And with these awards, we're not suggesting a sea change here. It's small changes that can then add up to make a big difference.
Absolutely. We're not saying to people, listen, you have to be fluent within 6 months. That is not what we're chatting about. But we're saying use the little bit that you have. Be prepared to, to put it out there, to say to people, yeah, we actually, maybe we have 2 people in the business who can speak Irish. Or we'll put up signage in Irish, or at least whenever you come in, we'll say Giadech, or we'll say Guramayagat when you're, when you've done whatever transactions you're doing, that we're prepared to use it. So it's very much just taking those little steps and gradually building confidence. Because I think the big thing for most people is about confidence to use the language. And this is about increasing that confidence.
And it's amazing what Irish we might have, tucked away in our psyche that we have from when we were at school, and might not. I know in my own case, I've used it very little since. But it's amazing when you get a wee trigger, and oh, I know what that word means. And the trigger could be something that a business introduces.
Exactly. It can just be something very small. I mean, they talk about active and passive use of language. So the active is that ability to make conversation in the language, to read the language. The passive is just, as you say, we might think, oh, I have no Irish at all. And yet I can understand those phrases, or I can understand a sign that's up there. So I might not have the confidence to use it, but it's there. And I am amazed. I mean, every week I have people coming to me saying, I want to learn Irish, or I want to improve my Irish, literally on a weekly basis. There's great energy there. And so it's to give people that opportunity. The more they see it around them, the more they hear it around them, the more they think, I'm going to give this a go. And for many people, it is just reawakening the Irish that's already there. And then we have lots of people who've moved here who are very interested in the language, or their kids are at school, their kids are doing Irish, and they want to they want to be able to speak some Irish. Or people coming in from the Gaeltacht areas. And particularly, I think, for families, to be able to show your kids, look, there's a sign, you can read that sign. There's somebody who's speaking to you in Irish. This is a living language. And that is what is so important. And it's something that the businesses can really be a part of and get involved with. But they also get the benefit of people saying, I'm going to go there because I know I can walk in there and speak the wee bit of Irish that I've got. Even if it's only a few words, I know that I can do that. So it's a win-win situation, really.
You make a good point of those coming in from Gaeltacht areas, or those maybe they're going to Gael schools or whatever it is, and learning Irish at a young age. But then as they get older and become more aware, it's important that Irish is still relevant, and that you can walk into businesses where there's a little bit of Irish on the signage or on the advertising, or somebody greets you in Irish, and then they kind of go, well, that's reaffirmation of why I'm continuing to do this.
That's it. And I would like to see this summer, I would like to see businesses who are involved in this scheme saying, we've some summer work going. Wouldn't it be great to get a few young people in who speak Irish, so that we can increase the provision of Irish, so that kids come through all the schools in the town, not just College to Alley, but all the schools, that kids would say, it's worth me being fluent because I have more chance of getting a summer job. And even if you think in terms of tourism in this town, people love to hear Irish. I encounter that on a regular basis. People are just buzzing about the fact that either they're hearing more Irish around, or they're getting that bit more confident about speaking it. So if we can encourage young people to see the possibilities that are opened up to them because they will speak Irish, because they're confident and they're prepared, they're prepared to give it a go, then that would be fabulous.
Well, I think of people, visitors here, and they're coming from a country where English isn't, say, the first language, widely spoken, but maybe not the first language. So they're coming here, and English is the language that they're using. But I'm sure they're aware that Irish is our first language. But unless they go to the Gaeltacht, they mightn't be aware of that. So it's great to go into a town like Leitir Ceanainn. And indeed, there's all the other towns that are not in the Gaeltacht around Donegal, and see a wee bit of Irish, or hear a wee bit of Irish.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a real cultural richness there. And sometimes it takes people from other countries to remind us of that, of how important it is. I mean, before Christmas, we had just kind of a taster Irish class over a couple of weeks for women who, it happened to be a group of women whose first language is Arabic. But their kids are going to school here. And they were talking about the importance of language for them, and therefore their understanding of the importance of Irish for anybody growing up in Ireland. And they want their kids to have good Irish. So they are doing Irish classes with us. And that's something that we're going to kind of set up more formally now from February, because there are people from all over the world living here. I mean, we had a woman from Brazil doing a 10-week Irish course with us, absolutely loving it. You know, somebody else who'd come from Australia. Sometimes it takes people from outside to remind us what we've got and how important it is, even just to our own sense of who we are. There's great cultural richness there.
Okay, so there's a business listening in now and they'd like to get more information or get involved. Where can they go?
Well, they can register through us. They can come to me for more information. As I say, I'm waiting on the handbooks to arrive. My email address is olas, so it's EOLAS, at lionralc.ie. So LIONRALC.ie. And I'm sure you would put that up on the website for us. I can be contacted by phone on 086 075 1663. And we're going to have a launch, just something very simple online, given the times that we're in, on the 25th of January at 8 o'clock. And it'll be on Zoom. But the idea is that it'll give people, the opportunity just to ask questions. How does the scheme work? What if they want to do this? What if they have these opportunities? Just to pull that together and to make them aware of the resources that are there. Things like First nGael's scheme, Takiach to Grow, their business support scheme that gives 50-50 funding for things like packaging and signage and translation of websites and stuff like that. So there are lots of resources, there's good support, and there are great opportunities for business.
Okay, brilliant. Well, that official launch will be on the 25th, and the best of luck with the scheme, GRADAIM, the Irish Business Awards scheme. Bairbre, thank you very much for taking some time to join us.
Do you currently have vacancies that need urgently filled? Have you tried various ways to find new staff but didn't succeed?